Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Lots more NBA news to talk about. I made a Giannis video. Could he go to the Lakers earlier on today? So I'll leave the link in the description for that. But this video is about Demarcus Cousins. We all know the story about Demarcus Cousins. Very successful spells in with the Kings and the Pelicans. But then he got the injuries and had to take the veteran minimums contract with the Warriors. He did that, to get a ring. He got injuries there, came back and played the NBA Finals, but KD and Clay getting injuries, didn't get a ring with the Warriors. Then went to the Lakers, as a new opportunity, and that was that injury. He got injuries with the Warriors, but and injuries he got with the Warriors are probably worse on the body. But the injury with the Lakers is probably worse for his career because he was gonna be the Lakers starting center, the main big man with the Lakers, and then he got that injury which ruled him out for the year, and the Lakers ended up waiving him and replacing him with Dwight Howard. And now with the Lakers, they just got Marc Gasol and just got Montrezl Harrell. So there were still some Lakers fans who wanted Demarcus Cousins. Me for one, I wanted Demarcus back. I would have took him on a better minimum deal, but he's gone to the Houston Rockets. And Shams has reported this, and Shams has said about this deal that free agent Demarcus Cousins and the Houston Rockets are nearing a deal, sources tell The Athletic and Stadium. And he says Cousins will sign a 1-year non-guaranteed deal, and Houston expressed interest in signing the 4-time All-Star before the NBA restart in July. Cousins serves as an upside signing and has shown focus and drive in rehab through multiple long-term injuries. But Boogie Cousins would have been one of the best centers in the league, without all these injuries, But injuries get players, and unfortunately for Demarcus Cousins, he's one of them. And he would have had a 4-time All-Star still, even with the injuries. And he should be an NBA champion by now. If he stayed, just thinking that injury with the Lakers, he would have stayed on and got a ring with them. I think he's still eligible for a ring with the Lakers, but I don't know if he take it or not. It was unlucky what happened in the Warriors. He took a risk going to the Warriors. But there's bigger offers up there. I think the Pelicans were willing to re-sign him, but he wanted to get a championship, so he went to the Golden State Warriors. And that was a big 5 team they had there. When they had Steph, Clay, KD, Dre, and Boogie. But Boogie got injuries, and he came back for the finals. Not 100%, like 60% of Boogie Cousins, really. But KD and Clay obviously got their injuries, and they didn't win that against Toronto. And of course, the Lakers didn't win either. But speaking of the Golden State time, the last time we saw Boogie play was that 18-19 season. So his stats from then even, where he's averaged 16.3 points per game, 3.6 assists, 8.2 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. He's only 30 years old now, so if he can recover from these injuries, he's not washed up. He's still got a couple of years left. In his prime. Hopefully anyway. He's 6'11", so he'll bring a bit of height to the Rockets. He only shot 27.4% from 3 though with the Warriors, but 48% from the field, and 73.6% from the free throw line. And if he can stay injury free, for the Rockets, this is a good deal. And as Sham said, it's a high upside deal for the Rockets. I don't know how it's going to fit, with the Rockets, what they're going to do, with the James Harden, Russell Westbrook situation. Rumors are that with James Harden, they haven't discussed any trade deals with him. They want, no rush to trade him. Westbrook they have, but we have some news from Woj earlier on today, that the Washington Wizards want to keep John Wall and want to keep building a team around him and Bradley Beal. So, the John Wall, Russell Westbrook trades probably is going to be over now. So, if you want that trade to happen, I don't think it's going to happen now. But, if Westbrook, they're probably more likely to trade Westbrook than Harden. So, Harden and Boogie Cousins, on that team. The Rockets, and they got Christian Wood as well during the offseason, which is a pretty good deal for them, a very good deal. Some Laker fans I saw wanted to get him in. So, the Rockets, yes, they're rebuilding, and it looks like from the outside that they're tearing the whole thing up and starting again. But, James Harden, Christian Wood, Demarcus Cousins, hopefully a fit Demarcus Cousins. Westbrook, we don't know what they're going to do with yet. If they get rid of him, they might get a good piece. They'll have to get a decent piece for him. So, maybe. But they didn't get rid of Robert Covington, so we'll see what they're doing. But as for the Rockets, they're going back to center basketball again. And the question is, why did they go and get rid of Clint Capella in the first place? Very good center. They got him rid of the Atlanta Hawks, who've got a very good team. For next season, they should be pushing for the playoffs. But Clint had a big contract, I suppose, but he's a young, good center, which they probably should have kept. But now they got Boogie, and as I said, if they get 70% of Boogie, they'll be okay. He'll be he'll contribute a lot, you know. He can shoot the ball, you know, only 27.4% from 3, but I've seen him, he can shoot from 3, you know, big presence, going downhill, Boogie Cousins, he's dangerous, you know, get turned on the jets, as you can say. But overall, I think this is a good deal for the Rockets, only because even if it's not the ideal fit with James Harden, you know, or Russell Westbrook these days, even if it might be the best fit, you know, Boogie could have fit in better in other places, but it's a veterans minimum, non-guaranteed contract. They got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and yeah, it's a good deal for the Rockets, and hopefully for Boogie, you know, as a Lakers fan, I wish the best for Boogie, and I hope he can revive his career in Houston, have a good season, get back on track. I'd have loved to see him, even with the injuries, I'd love to see him back at the Lakers this year. That's not going to happen now, but best luck to Boogie in Houston. And one last bit of news, you know, we all heard on Sunday night about Marc Gasol going to the Lakers, and Shams has just confirmed this 32 minutes ago. I was late with this Demarcus video, but I'm early for the Marc Gasol one. He said Marc Gasol has signed his 2-year, $5.3 million deal with the Lakers, and he was on to say no team or player option in the second season. So Marc Gasol will be a Laker for this year and next year. He ain't going to go anywhere, no player option or anything. So Lakers fans, we got Marc Gasol for another 2 years, which, you know, isn't a bad Boogie replacement. Well, we never had Boogie, but we did have Boogie, but we waived him a while ago now. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, you know, let's get a few more subscribers in, and once you subscribe, turn on notifications, because there's going to be plenty of content coming out. Whenever there's news, I try to be early, you know, but I live in Ireland and we can't get all the news early. It might come out in the middle of the night in America, but once it comes out, I'll try and get to you as soon as possible. You know, anyway guys, thanks for watching, and with that said, I'm out of here.